and welcome to this week's episode of Luxury Living NYC. I know we often go over top luxury, beautiful, fabulous things to do, but today we've got a special treat for you. How about 20 free things to do in New York City? Let's dive right in and start with number 1, Central Park. First of all, Central Park is huge. You could probably spend 2 or 3 days in it and still not get to every nook and cranny. You can go to the zoo, you can go to Woolman's Rink, you can go up to the Botanical Gardens. You can even walk across the north end of the park and see how many waterfalls you go to or how many waterfalls you see. Central Park is giant. There's always free entertainment going on there, lots of concerts and whatnot in the summer, or it's just a great spot to take some friends, family, whoever, or just yourself and sit out in the ground a little bit in this very busy cement city. Next up will be the Highline. The Highline, as we know, is on the west side, further south, starting in Chelsea to the West Village and actually Hudson Yards. It's so beautiful. It is literally a photographer's dream. It's a fabulous stroll, whether you start in Hudson Yards, end down in the West Village, or you start down there and head up to Hudson Yards. Either way, it's a fantastic thing to do. Bring your camera. Again, a photographer's dream, but it's also cute because there's so many little stores up there now, so you can grab a bite or a beverage on your walk and just enjoy the view of the city. Speaking of views of the city, why not walk the Brooklyn Bridge? Now, what I would recommend doing is starting in Manhattan, walking to Brooklyn, and they have some really fun spots over there that you can get some food, a good smorgasbord over there. And then when you're done with that, you can walk back over and it's like you never ate anything. Now, this next one is great if you don't live in the city. Number 4 is going to be Times Square. I say that because I feel as though once you become a New Yorker, you want to avoid Times Square like the plague. But when you're not a New Yorker and you're visiting, it is one of the most energetic, fun places to go. There's lights 24/7, there's people 24/7, you have street performers doing things. They also have closed down quite a bit of it, so you have some places to sit outside, and there's always different exhibitions and whatnot going on in Times Square. Okay, number 5 is this Staten Island Ferry. No, I'm not telling you to go to Staten Island, but the Staten Island Ferry is amazing because that's how you get to go see the Statue of Liberty like we New Yorkers do. We're not going to wait in line and pay to go there and then go buy it and come back. You're just going to take the Staten Island Ferry out there and then bring it back. You get a great view, and I would say you don't have a line, and if you do, maybe 5 minutes versus what I've seen some people stand in to get in the actual line for. Anyways, free, short line, win-win. Number 6, and I'm sorry, this is only for those of us in the tri-state area, but the Met, and there's actually a few other museums that are pay what you wish. So if you want to give them $20 to get in, great. If you want to give them $1, great. It is pay what you wish. And pro tip, there's actually an app for it, so you don't have to stand in line. If you just look up the Met, you can go through, and when you put in your zip code, it will ask you what you would like to pay, so you don't have to wait in line. So gosh, again, another perk, another no line. We love that. But the Met is obviously so stunningly beautiful. Definitely go check out their artwork. And what I love about Pay What You Wish is that you can go there and just look at like one floor or one half of a floor for like 30, 45 minutes because you haven't paid a lot to be there. Leave, come back again. I truly think it's one of the best spots to stop at. Okay, number 7 is Grand Central Terminal. We love Grand Central. Our office is actually right by it too. Come say hi. So one of the things that I love about Grand Central is the fact that it is so architecturally beautiful. The Beaux Arts design, and then you actually have the Whispering Room, which is by on your way down towards the Oyster Bar. So check that out. You stand in one corner, you whisper, and they hear it in the other corner. But one of the things I have to say is, as a New Yorker, I'm constantly walking through it, and I have to remind myself sometimes just to stand and look up. The ceiling is so gorgeous. Yeah, all of the architecture is so beautiful. So if you just want to go and enjoy some architecture, definitely go check out Grand Central Terminal. Next, we have the New York Public Library. Now, one thing that I will say about the public library is it is absolutely beautiful. Even if you just go to it and look at it from the outside, it's gorgeous. Funny enough, under Bryant Park are actually where all the books are. Fun fact. But definitely go inside. There's not too many books inside, but there's a lot of great rooms and a lot of beautiful architecture to check out. So don't miss the New York Public Library. And I just mentioned it, but Bryant Park. Bryant Park is such a fantastic place to go. So many free activities there. They have movies that they show on the lawn in the summer. In the winter, they have this whole winter festival park area for you to go. It can get busy, don't get me wrong, especially right now, but it is a fantastic place to go. Even if you work in Midtown, you can go take your lunch there, sit out, enjoy the park. I know they do free yoga classes out there. Again, movies, which I mentioned, a lot of great things. So you definitely have to go check out Bryant Park. Now let's go out to Governor's Island. So Governor's Island is a great spot. It's just a ferry ride away, but it has stunning views of the city. Now, once you get out there, there are a lot of things you can pay for to enjoy, like a spa, some great restaurants, etc. But if you just want to go somewhere, have a ferry ride, have beautiful views of the city, you should definitely go check out Governor's Island. Okay, now we have Brooklyn Botanical Gardens. They actually have free admission days. So take a look online to see when those are. The Botanical Gardens are, I can't even explain it. They're just so beautiful. They also have an orchid show, so maybe try to time it out around then. But again, they have those free admission days. So if you just keep an eye on it, you will see when those are, and then you can go enjoy all of the beautiful flowers and exhibitions that the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens has to enjoy. Okay, next is the Museum of Modern Art. So the MoMA actually has free Fridays. You might have to wait a little bit in line, but then you can go in and see some beautiful art like Van Gogh, Picasso, tons of amazing artists, of course, and their exhibitions, and free Fridays is an option for you. Now we have another pay for what you wish, and that is the American Museum of Natural History. They used to have these really fun nights you could go in there and you would sleep under the whale, and I hope that they will start that back up again because it seems so fun. But it's definitely a place you should go check out. They've added on this back wing as well. But again, pay what you wish. If you're in the tri-state, download the app so you don't have to wait in line. You get to see everything. They have the jewelry section, they have the planetarium. You can go see what you weigh on Mars or not. Definitely worth checking out. Okay, now let's move on to Coney Island. If you don't want to go on any rides, no worries. Coney Island Boardwalk is so much fun. I actually highly recommend going out to Coney Island when it's the Mermaid Parade once a year, because it's a big old bottle of fun out there. Lots of people watching, lots of fun and excitement. But if you're not here then, don't worry. Anytime you go out there, I highly recommend it. It's just so pretty. You feel like you're not even in the city. And let's be honest, it's Coney Island. If you haven't been there, you have to go. And then maybe get a hot dog. That's not free, but Nathan's, it's a classic. Now we have the Bronx Zoo. It's not that far outside of the city. Well, when I say the city, I mean Midtown. It's not that far out. You should definitely go to the zoo. And they have free Wednesdays. So if you're thinking about what to do midweek, why not maybe play hooky from work for a day or school and head out to the zoo? Or maybe don't. Maybe go after. Maybe go on a day off. You'll figure it out. But definitely check out the free Wednesdays at the Bronx Zoo. Now, continuing with our free Wednesdays theme, the New York Botanical Gardens are also doing a free day. So unlike Brooklyn, these are going to be on every Wednesday. So again, keep your eyes peeled. I know you can subscribe for their newsletter so that you can keep posted on what exhibition they have when, but definitely go check it out on a Wednesday. During the orchid show is probably best, but it's beautiful. Now, number 17 is something that I haven't heard about. The Socrates Sculpture Park in Queens. It looks amazing online. They also have free yoga classes there and some other fun outdoor activities, but just this fabulous walk through all of these beautiful pieces of art outside. Definitely go check it out. Now, the National Museum of the American Indian. Okay, this one, they actually offer free admission. But if you want to go and you've wanted to learn more, it's a part of the Smithsonian Museum. So that's pretty amazing that we have that here in New York City. But you should check it out if you want to know more about the Native American history. It's some really cool stuff with some great artifacts you can go peek at and learn. Now, something you may not have known, but the Federal Reserve Bank of New York actually offers free guided tours, which I think is fascinating because one of the things that they show you is where they store securely I don't even know how many millions of dollars in gold bars. So it's quite impressive, and you get to learn more about the US economy and what things take place that have caused ups and downs or ebbs and flows of the economy. But if you want to learn more about that, they have free guided tours. So definitely check it out. All right, last but not least, for number 20, it is the 9/11 Memorial. If you haven't been there, it is absolutely beautiful. There's these two huge waterfall-like pieces that are in the footprints of where the Twin Towers were. It's pretty magical to go there. You just feel this peace when you're there, or at least I feel like I do, or I should say peace amongst insanity. But one of my favorite things about it is you also feel New York and how New York will not be held down by anything, and we always come back. So if you want to go check out the memorial, I highly recommend it. It's free, open to the public. It's surrounded by trees and just a beautiful scenery in nature, but definitely go there if you would like to see what they have done with that beautiful location. Okay, now that I'm gonna get teary-eyed, that was our 20 free things to do in New York City. And if you know somebody who's gonna be visiting for a little bit or thinking about relocating, be sure to send this episode to them. And remember, we always at the Wheelock team would love to be your global real estate resource of choice.